23 in section 2.4. And in this word problem, we've been told that Scully and Mulder are on their way to Georgia. And Mulder left at 8:30 a.m. going 65 miles an hour, and Scully left at 9 a.m. going 68 miles an hour. And we're asked when they will catch each other. So drive to Georgia, they're only 3 miles per hour off. It's going to be a fairly large number. If you think about how long it would take them to get from, I think they're in what, DC to Georgia, it's a fairly long drive. So don't be shocked if you get an answer that looks kind of long to you. Now, what we've got to do here is we've got to take this and rewrite this somehow to get an equation form. The equation we want is the distance one. Distance equals rate times time. This is going to be our friend. This is how we're going to get this basically set up. So we're going to start, as you can see, I've laid out a chart here with the 3 things, rate, time, and distance, so that we can easily fill in what we know and what we need to find out. So for rate, we know Scully is doing 68, Mulder 65. Now, time. They left a half an hour apart, 30 minutes. But remember, this is miles per hour. You need to make sure everything's in the same unit sets. We need to make sure this is an hour. So rather than write a 30 minutes, you want to write as half an hour or 0.5. You can either use the half or the 0.5, but make sure you do it like that. So this means if we start with Mulder's time as x, so Mulder left at x. Scully was driving a half an hour less, x minus 0.5. Now what does that mean distance is? Distance is rate times time. So Scully distance is just these 2 numbers times each other, and the same with Mulder's. Now, we want to know when they're going to catch each other. Now, when they catch each other, they're at the same place, right? Say, Atlanta, Georgia. That means that they've gone the same distance. So these 2 distances that we just wrote have to equal each other. So that's going to be our equation. Equals 65x. Now, all we have to do is solve for x. So on this side, we're going to start by distributing. Half of 68 is 34. 65. Now, I want to get the x's on the same side, so I'm going to move this. X minus 34. This side is 0 right now, but I want the x alone, so I'm going to move 34. So I've got 3x equals 34. Get the x alone, I'm going to divide by that 3. X equals 34 thirds, or 11 1/3 hours. Now, they've given us the time in AM and PM. They've given us specific times, 8:30, 9 a.m. That means they want the answer in the same form. So we need to figure out 11 1/3 hours after Mulder's start time, the x, 8:30. What time is that? So if you look at 1/3 of an hour is 20 minutes, right? So we've got 11 hours and 20 minutes. So we're going to start with the 8 hours, 30 minutes. That's where we are in the day. 11 and 20. 1950. Now you can leave it in military time if you want, or you can rewrite it. This is 7:50 p.m. So Mulder and Scully will catch each other on their trip to Georgia at 7:50 p.m. that night.